Ever been told you're too nice? Or have you watched a woman you're interested in pick a guy who seems to care a whole lot less? Let's be clear. It's almost never because she wants to be treated badly. It's often because that guy is unknowingly tapping into powerful psychological patterns that most people have no idea are even there. This isn't about being a jerk or playing games. It's about understanding the real wiring of human attraction. In this video, I'm breaking down 5 surprising psychological reasons why some people are subconsciously drawn to emotionally unavailable partners. We'll get into the uncomfortable truths of attachment styles, human psychology, and the childhood programming that can shape who we desire. And the last reason might just change how you see attraction for good. So stick around, because getting a handle on this is the first step toward becoming a man who isn't just wanted, but genuinely compelling. Reason 1. The blueprint of familiarity. The first, and one of the most powerful reasons for this attraction, is shockingly simple. It feels like home. Our brains are wired for what's familiar, and our first ever map for love is drawn in childhood. If someone grew up with a parent or caregiver who was emotionally distant, inconsistent, or just not there, that dynamic can accidentally become their normal for what a relationship is supposed to feel like. Think about it. As kids, we don't choose our parents. We just adapt. If love and affection were rare or unpredictable, we learn that love is something you have to chase, work for, and maybe even earn. So, when a partner who offers consistent, stable love shows up, it can feel weird, foreign, or even boring to a nervous system that's been conditioned for a bit of chaos. It's a psychological concept known as repetition compulsion, where we might subconsciously replay old dynamics, hoping to finally fix them and get a better outcome. So when a woman who has this pattern meets an emotionally unavailable man, her subconscious doesn't always see a red flag. It sees a familiar puzzle. His distance isn't an immediate deal breaker. It's a challenge her entire history has prepared her to solve. It feels like the kind of love she's always known, even if that love was messy and painful. It's a powerful, unconscious pull toward what she thinks love is supposed to feel like, all based on the very first version of it she ever knew. 2. The addiction of the chase. The second reason is locked in a powerful psychological principle: intermittent reinforcement. Picture a slot machine. You pull the lever over and over, losing most of the time. But that one random, unpredictable win gives you a huge rush of dopamine, the brain's pleasure chemical. That rush is so strong, it keeps you pulling the lever, hooked on the possibility of the next reward. An emotionally unavailable partner can function on the exact same principle. Their affection is the jackpot. You get these occasional, amazing moments of warmth, deep connection, or vulnerability, but they're followed by long stretches of distance, withdrawal, or silence. This push and pull creates a constant state of hope and anxiety. When she finally gets that crumb of affection after being starved of it, the feeling of relief and joy is magnified. It makes the relationship feel way more intense and passionate than a stable, secure one. This cycle can be incredibly compelling. The random rewards convince a person that if they just try a little harder, wait a little longer, or prove their worth in the right way, they can finally win the prize of consistent love. It turns the relationship into a game to be won. And the hidden motivation is often the belief that if she can finally get the unavailable man to commit, it will be the ultimate proof of her worth. It's a tough cycle to break, a psychological loop that can keep someone playing even when it's clear the odds are stacked against them. Reason 3. A safe defense against real intimacy. Now this might sound counterintuitive, so hang with me. What if, for some women, picking an emotionally unavailable man is actually a defense mechanism? For someone who has their own deep-seated fears of being vulnerable or has been badly hurt in the past, a truly intimate relationship can be terrifying. Being with a fully available partner means she has to be fully available in return. It means she has to open up, be seen for who she is, and risk the crushing pain of being rejected or abandoned. Choosing a man who is incapable of real closeness offers a weird kind of safety. It lets her have the idea of a relationship without facing the terrifying risk of genuine connection. His emotional walls become her excuse not to tear down her own. This dynamic lets her stay in control, at least subconsciously. She can point to his distance as the reason for the relationship's problems, instead of having to look at her own fears. It's a way of keeping love at arm's length, making sure she can never be completely engulfed or left behind. The relationship stays stuck in a state of almost, which feels safer than a real thing that could end in real heartbreak. In a way, his unavailability is the perfect shield for her own. Reason 4. The magnetism of like attracts like. It's an old cliche, but in psychology, it carries some serious weight. A lot of the time, the reason a woman is drawn to an emotionally unavailable man is because, on some level, she's emotionally unavailable too. This one is tough to spot because her actions, chasing him, trying to nurture him, pushing to connect, look like the exact opposite. But we have to look a little deeper. A woman with core beliefs that she isn't worthy of a secure, healthy love might subconsciously feel that an emotionally present and confident man is simply out of her league. So, she gravitates toward a partner who mirrors her own internal state of emotional distance or insecurity. Their shared difficulty with connection feels like a match. This creates a relationship that isn't really about intimacy, but about two people coexisting in a way that doesn't poke at their deepest wounds. His unavailability confirms her belief that she doesn't deserve consistent love, and her acceptance of his behavior lets him stay comfortably distant. It's a quiet contract between two people who are both, in their own ways, scared of what a real, give-and-take emotional connection would ask of them. They're a perfect match, not in a healthy way, but in a way that keeps their shared patterns going. Reason 5. The allure of shared darkness. And this last reason, it's a profound one. Sometimes the attraction isn't just about old habits or the thrill of the chase. It's a deep, almost spiritual feeling connection to another person's pain. A woman who carries her own unresolved trauma or internal darkness can feel an intense pull toward a man who gives off a similar vibe. His emotional unavailability isn't seen as a simple flaw. It's interpreted as a sign of depth, complexity, and a past filled with unspoken wounds. She doesn't just see a guy who's closed off. She sees someone who is broken in the same place as she is. This creates a powerful, even if unhealthy, bond. There's a feeling that he gets me on a level no one else could because he's also known pain. His distance becomes a symbol of an inner struggle, a struggle she feels driven to understand and maybe even heal, because in doing so, she's trying to heal herself. This isn't just a fixer instinct. It's a profound sense of being seen. Their shared brokenness creates its own kind of intimacy where words aren't always needed. They connect in the quiet moments, in a mutual understanding of what it's like to carry a heavy emotional load. This can feel more real and intense than any normal relationship. It's an attraction to a kindred spirit, one forged not in light and happiness, but in the shared shadows of their pasts. So after all that, the big question is, what should you actually do with this information? The answer is not to start acting emotionally unavailable yourself. That's a short-term game that only leads to empty, unfulfilling relationships. The real way to become genuinely attractive is to become the man who can lead someone out of these patterns. First, get to know yourself. Understand your own emotional habits and attachment style. Do you pull away when things get serious? Do you shut down? Working with a good therapist or even just honest self-reflection can help you see your own fears around intimacy. And second, learn to listen without jumping in to fix it. When a woman shares her feelings, she's often not looking for a solution. She's looking for connection and validation. She wants to know that you can handle her emotions without running away. Just listening, holding that space, and saying something as simple as, "I hear you," is one of the most powerful things you can do. Finally, be consistent and reliable. Emotional unavailability gets its power from being unpredictable. By being a man of your word, showing up when you say you will, and offering a stable emotional presence, you become the secure anchor she may have never had. You become the man who breaks the cycle. Understanding these 5 psychological drivers isn't about blaming anyone or learning to manipulate people. It's about seeing the deep, often invisible patterns that shape human connection. The man who is truly compelling isn't the distant, aloof guy. He's the one who has done the inner work. He's grounded, self-aware, and has the strength to be emotionally present. He doesn't get sucked into the drama of the chase because his sense of self-worth doesn't depend on it. He offers something different, a secure, authentic connection. And in a world filled with emotional chaos, that's the rarest and most valuable prize of all. If this video hit home for you and you want to keep learning about the psychology of attraction and how to become a more grounded man, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell.